Jinger Vuolo blames panic and eating disorders on upbringing. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Jinger Vuolo, counting on, is blaming her panic attacks and eating disorders on her upbringing. The Duggar daughter opened up about all she's been through since her childhood and didn't shy away from sharing the hardest details. Keep reading to see what she's shared and scroll down to check out a snippet from her GMA interview. Duggar fans fear for Jinger Vuolo's health and well-being. In the past, Jinger has briefly mentioned dealing with an eating disorder, but hasn't gone too in-depth. Sometimes when she shares pictures of herself online, fans will make comments about her eating disorder possibly coming back. Fans worry that she is getting too thin. They often point out that she has other characteristics of people struggling with eating disorders. Jinger Vuolo hasn't responded to all of these questions and concerns, despite fans' frequent comments. At one point, she did inform her social media followers that she had lost her sense of taste and her sense of smell after having COVID. So this likely affected her appetite, and she could have lost weight as a result. But now, Jinger dishing more about the ways that her upbringing caused her to have panic attacks and eating disorders. This issue has surfaced because her new memoir, Becoming Free Indeed, releases on Tuesday, January 31. In the book, she discusses her religious deconstruction and how her beliefs have changed. The Duggar daughter blames her panic attacks and eating disorders on her upbringing. Ahead of her book release on Monday, January 30, Jinger sat down with GMA to promote it and share more of her story. Afterward, GMA reported that in the full-length interview, Jinger claimed her upbringing caused her to suffer through many different issues when she was growing up. In GMA's article about her interview, the network noted that the Duggar daughter struggled with perfectionism, eating disorders, and panic attacks. Duggar fans know that Jinger was raised in a very strict, conservative household, and her family followed the rules of the IBLP, Institute of Basic Life Principles. It turns out that some of these beliefs had a lasting and damaging effect on Jinger. So far, she's the first of her siblings to publicly blame her upbringing on these issues, so it's unclear if and how her 18 brothers and sisters might have been affected too. Jinger Vuolo blames panic and eating disorders on upbringing. In recent years, Jinger Vuolo, the former reality TV star from the popular TLC show 19 Kids and Counting, has emerged as a voice of self-reflection, speaking openly about her struggles with mental health, specifically panic attacks and eating disorders. Jinger's decision to publicly address these personal challenges has sparked conversations not only about her individual journey, but also about the broader influence of upbringing on mental health. Growing up in the highly scrutinized Duggar family, Jinger was raised in a strict religious household where certain behaviors and emotions were heavily regulated. The family's rigid principles and expectations shaped every aspect of her life, from the way she dressed to the relationships she formed. Within this controlled environment, individual expression was often stifled, and mental health issues were rarely discussed openly. Jinger has now revealed that these formative years significantly contributed to her struggles with panic and eating disorders. In her memoir, Becoming Free Indeed, she reflects on how the expectations placed on her as a young woman led to feelings of inadequacy, self-doubt, and a constant fear of making mistakes. When you are told for so long that everything you do is either right or wrong, it becomes difficult to differentiate between true self-worth and external approval, she wrote. The constant pressure to be perfect and live up to an idealized image of femininity left Jinger with little room to explore her own identity outside the confines of her upbringing. As she entered adulthood and faced life beyond the family's control, Jinger found herself grappling with an internalized fear of failure. This fear manifested as anxiety, which eventually led to the onset of panic attacks. The connection between mental health and upbringing is not new, but it is often underexplored in public discourse, especially when it comes to families in the public eye. In Jinger's case, the intense media attention surrounding her family's beliefs, lifestyle, and values may have further exacerbated her anxiety. The pressure to perform, to always appear happy and wholesome, took a significant toll on her mental well-being. In addition to anxiety, Jinger's struggle with eating disorders also became a significant part of her narrative. Growing up in a family where outward appearance was often linked to spiritual health, Jinger became hyper-aware of her body image. She admits that the pressure to conform to an idealized physical appearance led her to unhealthy coping mechanisms. The internalization of a toxic culture surrounding food and body image became a cycle that was difficult to break. Jinger's willingness to confront these painful issues and share them with her audience is a powerful act of vulnerability. By connecting her personal challenges to the larger context of her upbringing, she is shining a light on the harmful effects of rigid, authoritarian environments. Her story is a reminder that even those who seem to have it all together on the surface often face deep struggles hidden beneath. Ultimately, Jinger Vuolo's decision to address her mental health in such a candid manner not only offers insight into her own healing process, but also encourages others to reflect on how their upbringing may have shaped their own mental health journey. In a world that often prioritizes perfection, Jinger's courage to embrace imperfection is a beacon of hope for anyone struggling to reconcile their past with their present. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our Reality TV 24 channel and stay with us.